All right, hello and welcome to TA4 Fitness. Today we're going to do a core and Deadbug series that's all about your back health and core health. So if you got anything going on with your back and your core, maybe it's a little weak or not feeling right, this is going to fix you up. You could do this one exercise 2 to 3 times a week, alternating days. In a month, you're going to have a nice strong core. If anything's going on with your core, this is going to fix it up for you. So here's what we're going to do. 2 exercises, back to back, Deadbug and Glute Bridge. But we're going to be doing them in the optimal position, which is a posterior pelvic tuck position. We'll talk about that right now. So the timer is going to be set for 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, and you're just going to do your best here. If you have any pain, come out immediately. We never work through pain, all right? So you have to be able to do these exercises pain-free. If you can only do one of the exercises pain-free, that's the one you do. All right, here we go. So first one we're going to start with is a dead bug. And with a dead bug, you're going to take this natural arch in your back here, and you're going to flatten it completely to the ground. And if you were to put your hands on your hips, you would feel how when you flatten to the ground here, your hips tip back here a little bit. That's how you get your back flat to the ground. That's called a posterior pelvic tuck. You're tucking your hips under and flattening your back. And that's the position we're going to want even when we do the glute bridge as well. So with the dead bug here, rest your head on the ground, flatten your back. You're going to lift your knees to 90 degrees. If they're in past 90 degrees, it makes it too easy. So you're going to be at 90 degrees or out. And then you're going to bring your hands up. You're still pushing your lower back in the ground. Brace your core, and we're going to breathe here. And that's the first move. The second move then, we're going to put our feet down. Our heels are going to be, if we're up here in this like almost crunch position, should be able to touch your heels. You're going to flatten that back to the ground again, because what a lot of people do in glute bridges is they overarch and they let this spine like kind of round up and in, and it puts pressure on the spine in the anterior pelvic tuck, and we don't want that. We want to keep the spine neutral, or in that posterior pelvic tuck where your back's flat to the ground. So you're going to try and get the back flat to the ground, squeeze your glutes as you drive up, and hold here. You can lift your toes like I'm doing, but you really want to squeeze your glutes here because that puts your pelvis neutral and helps put it in a nice neutral position, or even posterior like we talked about. All right, so let's get started here. This is 10 minutes. So we're starting with the dead bugs. Here we go. All right, we're going in 3, flatten your back. 2, lift your legs, push your lower back in the ground, lift your arms. Legs should be about 90 degrees here. And now we're just going to focus on breathing in and out through the nose. Think of pushing your lower back in the ground. There's no daylight here. Your core is braced like someone's going to punch you in the stomach. And then you're just breathing into this canister here, into your diaphragm, this braced canister here, and holding this position. Breathe through the nose. Always thinking, is my lower back pushing the ground? Is my core braced? Let's say you get tired, you rest whenever you can, but we got 8 seconds to go here. And time. Bring those feet down, getting ready for that glute bridge. Here we go, 3, 2, and let's go. All right, so flatten that hip into the ground there, drive up, squeeze your glutes, and we're working here. Now, you can take your hands and you could put them facing your palms facing your face like I have here. You can keep them on your hips, anything you want here. Sometimes having your palms face you here feels nice on the shoulders here. Keep squeezing those glutes. You can have your toes up, but if your shins get tired, your tibialis muscle, then you can put it down. Keep squeezing those glutes, and remember, we're trying not to, we don't want to overarch here and put pressure in our low back. If you have any pressure in your low back, you're probably in that position, so you want to drop down a little bit, squeeze your glutes really hard, and hold there. Breathe through the nose. Time here. Now we're going back to dead bug. And that's how this whole workout's going to go. 5 rounds back to back. If it's hard, you rest when you need to. 3, 2, and let's go. Flatten that back in the ground, brace your core, arms up. Now the more core tension you can create here, the more challenging it is. So you're really trying to create that tension while you're breathing only through your nose. This whole workout, you should be breathing only through your nose. And try not to let the knees come in. And if you want more challenge, let the knees go out. And then your back tries to round when they go out. And that makes it much harder because you have to resist that and push them into the ground. Push that low back into the ground. Some of my clients like to have a little pillow for their head. If you need that, that's okay. 5 seconds left. And time. Now, if the glute bridge is easy, just like we talked about with the Deadbug, create as much tension you can, squeeze those glutes really hard. 3, 2, so posterior pelvic tuck, squeeze those glutes, come on up. Now, if you can maintain a good neutral position here, squeezing or posterior tuck position, and you wanted to lift a leg, you can, but a lot of times when people do that and they try to go advance too quick, they immediately lose position and they let their back come into an anterior pelvic tilt, and it puts pressure on your back. So get really strong squeezing here. If it's really easy and you can squeeze really hard the whole 50 seconds, all 5 rounds here, you're probably strong enough to go ahead and try it then. But really make sure you're squeezing here, because if you're just hanging out here and just kind of cruising your phone or something, you're not going to get much work here. This is all about the mind connection here and here. You really want to get this squeeze going here and work hard. And time. All right, that's 2 rounds done. We're on round 3 here. Back to Deadbug. 3, 2, 1. And let's go. Flatten that back. Arms up, pushing that core. Bracing that core, pushing that low back in the ground, breathing into that braced belly here. Trying to breathe in that diaphragm, breathing low and deep in that braced canister. Keeping tension, working hard here. Remember, if you want to send the legs out a little bit, but be sure if you send them out that your back doesn't round here and you're still braced. 10 seconds left. Time. All right. Going to drive through those heels. You can relax your back a second here if you need to create an arch, and then flatten it back out to the ground. Drive through those heels, squeeze those glutes. Put your hands up. Relax your shoulders into the ground. Keep squeezing those glutes, breathing through the nose. If you wanted, you could add a cadence breath here on the glute bridge, which means, say, breathe in for 4 seconds, out for 4 seconds, or maybe in for 5, out for 5, but keep squeezing those glutes. Breathing all through the nose. Tension, you should have good squeeze in those glutes the whole time. And time there. All right. Here we go, round 4. Deadbug. 3, 2, flatten that core to the ground, lift those knees, arms up. Breathing into that braced canister. Keep that tension. Pushing that lower back in the ground, always checking in. Core is braced, breathing into that braced belly. Back's pushing into the ground. So the benefit of this exercise here is it teaches you to breathe and brace in this posterior pelvic tuck, which is really good. A lot of us are poor breathers, and then our core muscles have to compensate to help maintain respiration. So we're trying to breathe low and deep in this posterior pelvic tuck, get this core strong, and time. It's a great exercise. Go into glute bridge. 3, 2, 1. All right, drive on up, squeeze those glutes. Add that cadence breathing if you want, but keep checking in. You're squeezing those glutes nice and hard here. Breathing through that nose. Keep squeezing, 12 seconds left. And time. All right, last one here. 3, 2, and let's go. Dead bug. Push that core, brace that core, push that low back in the ground. Breathe through the nose, knees right at 90 degrees. Remember, you want that slight challenge that's like your back almost wants to round. If you haven't tried sending the legs out, lightly do if you can do it without pain, and see how your back wants to round the further you send the legs out, and you have to keep pushing in the ground there. When you do that, you're coming into more of an exercise called a hollow body hold. Keep working here. 12 seconds left. And time. All right, now last glute bridge. Ready? And let's go. Drive up, squeeze those glutes. Keep that nice neutral spine or posterior tuck spine. Squeeze. Really hard last one here. Finish it out strong. Breathe through that nose, cadence breathing. Breathing in that diaphragm still here too. Squeeze those glutes. And time. All right. Hope you like this workout. Thank you very much. This is TA4 Fitness, your lifeline for lifetime fitness. Hey everyone, if you like this video, please check out this one. And if you can, click like and subscribe here. And if you want to see more workouts from me, you can check out my TA4 Fitness app, available as an app or as a web page. The link for that's below. And stay tuned. I'm going to have a lot more videos coming to this page, a lot more good content. So hope to see you guys here. Take care.